Sports Complex.
Yes, Lekon Salami Sports Complex. I mean, the city was on a lockdown. There's a lot of traffic. Everybody was in the city,
Wow, that Wednesday, Thursday, everywhere, everybody's kept talking about it. Well, so we'll look at that.
Absolutely. We'll look at it now. And it's obviously one of the things that marred the celebration was the flooding. The flooding of the pitch, and everybody, when sometimes people will show you a white paper and a dot. When they say, okay, what do you see? You say,
the dot.
Exactly. The dot. You don't see the white paper. And I think that's sort of what happened.
It's sad,
in spite of all that happened. In fact, I think Fisaya Shoyombo even had something to say about it.
I saw his tweet, and it's generated a lot of
comments. All right, well, I think it was a couple yesterday that Governor Seyi Makinde responded. He said Oyo State, it says here in the paper, the Oyo State government on Thursday said the newly unveiled Lekon Salami Stadium complex is still under construction. The government said this after videos surfaced online showing the leaking roof, a part of the stadium. A video also showed that the main bowl was flooded during a friendly match between 3SC and Tabo Cezana, a top Slovenian league side, on Wednesday. The Punch learned that the remodeled Lekon Salami Stadium is back exactly 1 year after the contract was awarded to Peculiar Ultimate Concerns Limited through the alternative project funding approach. Reacting, the government, in a statement by the Chief Press Secretary to Governor Seyi Makinde, Mr. Taiwo Adisa, also described attempts to rubbish the stadium project by some opposition elements as misguided. He stated that the claim that only the stadium cost 5 billion naira was untrue and mischievous.
Okay, well, first off, nobody should rubbish the attempt to remodel, to make that place look better.
Right.
I mean, every attempt by government should not be seen from the prism of criticism all the time.
Cynicism, yes.
Cynicism, thank you for that word. But Tawadisa should not say that it's the criticism or the reactions to it will just be one-sided. You shouldn't expect that everybody will rise up and clap for this government, whether for ulterior motive or for selfless motive. So let's take a look at it.
Right.
Information is key.
Absolutely.
People need to know whether the 5.5 billion naira was for the pitch or for the stadium, or for more stadia, as it were. That information is very important. Second is, I will also ask question if the governor, by Chief Press Secretary, will tell us that it is still under construction. So why the rush to commission it? It's a good question to ask. They have the responsibility of answering that question. Why do we have to go out to go into?
There's a response to that in this. It says the unveiling had to be done to ensure that our darling Shooting Stars Sports Club returns to Ibadan, having been forced to play their matches outside the state for so long, owing to an absence of a good pitch.
Will they die if they didn't get a good pitch?
Did they still get a good pitch if the flooding had to stop them?
All right, so I mean, the rush was unnecessary, in my opinion. I may be wrong. I may be, you might want to say whatever you want to say about it, but I think we shouldn't rush to do things now. I guess one of the cultures that we need to imbibe here is the culture of attaining perfection, attaining quality when we attempt to do something.
Absolutely.
It's very important. We shouldn't accept, I mean, I remember Pius Adesami when he talked about the parable of the shower. Yes, the Pius Adesami. I mean, he said he got into a hotel room, the shower head, was not running properly.
Yes.
It was not that it wasn't running at all, but some of the perforated part of that thing was not running. And then he called the porter and said, look, this thing is not functioning. And the guy said, okay, it's evil. He turned it on and said, okay, it's dropping now. Why are you complaining? Yeah, this thing is still working. And why are you complaining about it that it's working? So the point is, quality is more important than, just going on with the fanfare. So
I totally agree.
That is very important.
Absolutely. And I mentioned the cynicism. There's a lot of cynicism, and I understand that. But I do not like it when sometimes government just groups everyone into haters. If you ask questions, you must be because you're a hater or you're in opposition. If you're in the government, you must be ready to be asked questions. And I think that's where we are, because people don't want to be accountable. It's okay for people to ask. This is, in quotes, taxpayers' money. Exactly. So it is okay for people to ask, why is it that you're unveiling this thing and we still have this and this and this and this, and you just answer the question as opposed to making it a opposition trying to, I know there will be a section of opposition who will obviously jump on any opportunity to make the government look bad. Absolutely, you should expect it. I think people need to go to some school of governance to teach people how to respond, how to have a thick skin when you're in politics. I know it's tough. The stadium was beautiful. I saw some pictures.
Beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Yes.
But then if people will always notice that little, if I'm dressed nice, but there's that little part that's, out of sorts, people will point that out. And you must be ready if you're a public figure or a government, person, to be able to answer questions as opposed to making it opposition wants to make us, make us look bad. So that's it. So I would like to know your views on this. Is it really an opposition thing, or is it okay? They should now go and get the contractors. Hey, what? The governor didn't go and build the thing himself.
No,
so it's not as if he shouldn't take it personal. Absolutely. So your contractor, you should make him accountable too, and say, hey, how come we're looking bad? You're making us look bad on a day that all of this ought to have been sorted. So, we hope that you can send a message in. Yeah. I believe we're live on Facebook. So, hello, Facebook. Good morning to you. And thank you for watching. Yes. We'd like you to share this video. We have only one job for you. That is to share this video. And, of course, actually 2 jobs. Share the video and then leave a comment right under the video to share your thoughts and contributions to the stories we're taking today. All right. So, this week as well, we had the sacking of some ministers, which of course got people talking as well. This happened about 2 days ago. President Buhari sacks 2 ministers in a minor cabinet reshuffle after an independent and critical self-review that helped to identify weak areas in his government, his office has said. In a statement sent to Premium Times, the president's spokesperson, Femi Adesina, said the review helped to identify and strengthen weak areas, close gaps, build cohesion and synergy in governance, manage the economy and improve the delivery of public goods to Nigeria. In a statement, Mr. Adesina also included the full text of a speech delivered by the president to his cabinet on Wednesday to announce the sack. Premium Times reported the sack of the power minister, Saleh Maman, and the agriculture minister, Sabo Nanono, on Wednesday. And I don't know where it's something the internet never forgets. Where I think it was the Minister of Agriculture that built a mosque somewhere for, a ludicrous amount of money. I can't remember, but I'll pull that story. But just to say, the internet never forgets. So, when this news broke,
if you forget,
exactly, and people will never forget.
Now, for me, it looks funny when you say the cabinet reshuffle, but you can call it cabinet reshuffle. But I think it's not possible for okay, let me start from here. The president has the prerogative, the power to hire and fire his ministers. So it is his duty to do that. Everybody should give it to him. So when he says, I'm sacking them, he's sacking them. If he's appointing them, he has the power to do so. But in a representative democracy like ours, is it not possible for the president, because he claimed that there was an assessment, and this assessment came out to him, he reviewed it and saw that these 2 are probably the weakest link in his team. Now, it will be good for us as Nigerians to also see these reviews, see how they were assessed, and see how we can justify the removal of these 2 figures in the cabinet. But be that as it may, I like to say this. The matrices that he used might be different from what Nigerians are looking at. Some people will tell you that the Minister for Works and Housing, that he's not doing very well. Some will tell you that the Minister for Sports is not doing very well. Some will tell you this particular minister and this particular minister. Yes. So I will think that the president should be a bit transparent about his matrices.
What made him come to the decision?
Exactly. Second is that, look, a minor cabinet reshuffle is not what we need. Why can't the president go on the hog? Look at this thing very critically. He has less than 2 years. Less than 2 years. He needs to perform magic. As it were. He needs to perform magic. The president and this government have done very well in terms of infrastructure, building infrastructure and the rest. But for me, there are 2 things that are becoming albatrosses over his government. Security is one. Security is one.
The lack of it.
And yes, insecurity, that is one major. The second one is the economy. Even though we're having a rebound right now, but the economy is showing that there are too many people who are not doing well in terms of what they earn and the economy.
Yes.
Let me tell you what Sarab did yesterday. Sarab gave a report yesterday, and he gave a very damning report about the percentage of people who earn less than 100,000 naira in a year.
Wow.
Almost 49%. So what it means is purchasing power is incredibly low.
Absolutely.
And so is the economy minister doing very well in his books? Is these ministers, are they doing really very well if you look at them very closely?
Right.
So it's important that the president let us see how transparent.
Absolutely, and why he decided and chose this two as opposed to perhaps maybe even more.
And Amechi, who said that people are still stealing.
Ooh, yes, that was going to come. Absolutely. Did you hear that story?
Yeah.
There's an update on it, I think, in the news, and we're going to take that after this short commercial break. Sending your text messages, and of course leave a comment under this video on Facebook if you're watching us, and please don't forget to share. We'll be right back. It is still your favorite breakfast show on the radio. Don't go away.
Splash FM 105.5.
Bode, now what do you find for kitchen?
My dear, now spoon to drink off medicine.
Honey, take comics. Just here, drink and get relief.
Yes, so summer comics for scratch throat. Comics get dextromethorphan and guanfacine. Just here, drink and get relief from cough. Idekulele to drink. Are they relief now? I love comics. Now, Orange Drugs Limited, they distribute comics. Products will make you drowsy. If symptoms never stop after 3 days, make you waka go see your doctor. Comics, Idekulele.
My people, now which kind thing be this now, eh? Ordinary to borrow money, people just said to me, go and be spectre, go and be spectre, go and be spectre. Sure. Now let's spectre fish sama person correct loan sharp.
Uncle, better give yourself brain. Go collect better loan from Spectre in just 5 minutes.
Wait, me where they do one my business, uncle. They go grey answer me so.
Oga, Spectre now for everybody.
You say I know hear you.
Spectre now for everybody.
Repeat it.
That's how you take the ask me question. You for don't collect the loan online by now from myspectre.com.
Visit myspectre.com today and get that loan in just 5 minutes.
Sunshine makes the day better, meal times better, weekends better, chill times better, dates better, barbecues, beach parties, and even one bears better. Sunshine makes every bit better.
Lipton iced tea, Lipton iced tea, made from fresh tea leaves, soaked in hours of sunshine, and together with juicy fruit flavors, give you that deliciously refreshing taste. Top better life with sunshine in a bottle, available in peach and lemon flavors. Lipton iced tea, deliciously refreshing.
Here, Papa Obi. Now what did they shake you again like leaf? Sweater and handkerchief never come off from your hands since I married you.
Na cold and kata again.
I don't tell you, say make you take Procode, but in the form of big man.
Why Procode, my dear? Make you know what comes to Rodo. Procode get paracetamol and phenylephrine for effective relief from cold and kata within 20 minutes.
Mama Obi, I can't pay now.
Now, Orange Drugs Limited distributor. If symptoms never stop after 3 days, make you waka go see your doctor. Procode, now better medicine.
Procode, take Procode, take Procode.
Babe, that girl must be using something.
Hey, Berry, what kind of something?
You to see how she's always smiling, displaying her 32.
You're cuckoo right. I know her secrets. I know what she's using. She uses it twice a day.
Tell me her secrets.
I'll give you a hint. ABZ.
ABZ?
Yes, ABZ is the secret. Close-Up contains antibacterial zinc, ABZ, which gives you 3 times more freshness and 3 times more protection. Better than your regular toothpaste. Now you know the ABZ secret.
The new Close-Up is her secret. Everybody must hear.
You can't keep a secret.
New Close-Up with antibacterial zinc. Triple the freshness, triple the protection.
Have you seen
seeing Captain Mama, protector of the Ayo family?
She's making our golden one in the kitchen.
Ta-da! Breakfast is ready!
Mommy, why are you always excited when we have Golden Morn?
Because it helps me nourish you. You know it contains
iron and vitamin C.
Yes, it does.
Enjoy Golden Morn with your family every day. It contains iron and vitamin C to nourish you day by day. Golden Morn, make every day amazing.
Oga Tony no dey enjoy im house at all. The man wey just enter a new duplex for island and the roof don dey give am wahala. Hey, he can remember him friend Remy wey yarn am about the roofing and ceiling matter. Remy roof still dey gidigba through any kind weather wey land. No dey do like Oga Tony o. Choose Top-Right roofing and ceiling sheet wey strong, wey fine well and wey dey available nationwide. For more tori, visit www.pureChemIndustries.com. Na Top-Right roofing and ceiling sheet wey confirm.
The big leagues are back, and DSTV is the only place you can watch it all. Enjoy live matches weekly from the best leagues in the world. We're talking the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, the Champions League, not to mention the return of the Europa League. That's Salah, Kane, Haaland, Bruno, Lukaku, Suarez, Messi, and CR7.
Oh my goodness!
All week, every week.
You're just lost for words!
Nothing beats the unbeatable football on DSTV.
Body, now what do you dey find for kitchen?
My dear, na spoon to drink off medicine.
Honey, take comics, just here, drink, and get relief.
Yes, so summer comics for scratch throat. Comics get dextromethorphan and guanfacine. Just here, drink and get relief from cough. Idekulele to drink. I dey relieved now. I love comics. Now, Orange Drugs Limited they distribute comics. Products will make you drowsy. If symptoms never stop after 3 days, make you waka go see your doctor. Comics, Idekulele.
Splash FM 105.5.
Morning Splash.
Morning Splash.
Morning Splash.
All right, welcome back to the Big Breakfast Show on Friday.
Yo.
Hope you're all doing great. Wherever it is you're watching us from, I'd like you, if you're watching us from, outside of Nigeria, please share your location with us in the comment section. Share your location with us, whether you're watching from Asia, Europe, wherever. We'd love to know where you're watching us from. Please share with us in the comment section. And of course, share the video as well so that people in your location can also enjoy what we are doing. And of course, if you're listening, we say thank you very much for being a part of the program. You can send in text messages. We'll be opening phone lines in a bit. But of course, updates on Amaechi's confession. Amaechi's looting confession shows Buhari covers corrupt officials, says PDP. The People's Democratic Party has said its stand that the regime of the president, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, and the ruling All Progressives Congress is a haven of thieves and treasury looters, has been vindicated by a confession made by the Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amaechi. The party said Amaechi recently confessed that stealing is going on quietly under the Buhari regime. According to the PDP, the confession also further confirms that the Buhari-led APC administration has been providing official cover for corrupt officials who have turned government agencies to cash cows and automated teller machines for themselves, their cronies, family members, and mistresses. The PDP said this in a statement titled, Amaechi's APC looting confession vindicates PDP. Does it vindicate PDP?
No, how does it vindicate PDP? We love to go into semantics. We love to go into the intricacies of words.
Yes.
When you say stealing is not corruption, it couldn't have vindicate anyone. Even if you steal secretly, it's still
openly,
still on the street. What does it mean? It's stealing.
Exactly.
So stealing is stealing. Let's not start to look for one word.
And why is everybody acting like this is surprising? Did we not know that? let me play the devil's advocate, like Charity is not here today. Where in the world do we not know? I think there's corruption anywhere in the world. Even in the United States of America.
Yes.
There is corruption. Not to justify corruption.
You can't justify it. The point is, are there restraining structures to stop people from, or that will expose those who are stealing and the rest?
Exactly.
This particular story, I think it's a Freudian slip. When it comes to Amechi here, even though Amechi has been known to be someone who wants to say it as it is and just express himself, and he has done that a lot of times, maybe off the cuffs and the rest. But the truth is, corruption, stealing is stealing. Corruption is corruption. Yes. We should not try to
what are we teaching the younger generation?
And nobody are coming up with a tirade saying that it's the admission of guilt, blah 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 blah. What it means actually is that every human society, there is the truth about corruption within that society, and the society will be better if there are restraining structures to stop people from stealing. A public officer like Amechi should not just be making this kind of a statement. What he should be doing is telling us that we have seen this person, that person, that person stealing, and then we have caught them, and they're answering for what they have done. That's what we want to hear. We want to see people doing wrong, doing the time. One of my bosses will say, if you can do the crime,
you must be ready to do the time. Absolutely. I'm also tired of people coming to say, oh, these are the people responsible for this ill in the society. These are the people. But who are the people? These people are not ghosts. So if you can come out and make these allegations, then be ready to name names. It's just because, people are dying, people are getting kidnapped, and people are paying hideous amounts of money for ransom, and people will still come out and say, oh, we know the people who are involved in this. Can we start to name names so that if the president now decides not to do anything, even though we have seen cases where people have been, mentioned for certain things and they sort of get away, then we can now say, you are the problem, because we see people being named for, these things and nothing is.
Yeah, I mean, thank God you brought that up. Some people have also criticized that. I'm just bringing what happened the other time. That look, when you did this shuffling, Pantami was fingered.
Exactly. Why didn't we hear of any?
Yes. So what happened to him after all? So the point here is that we do not want to hear, all this noise about people are still stealing under this government. What that means to me is that you are condoning corruption.
Exactly.
What it means, if you know. Or if you have an idea that there are people stealing within this government,
you choose not to do anything about it.
And you're not doing anything about it.
And I think that's why there's a lot of insecurity, because the lack of justice. When the reason why life works basically in more developed countries, because once you do the crime, you do the time. But here we see people do the crime, come back, become, run in elections, they are voted in, they get immunity. It gives the idea that because there are people who are wronged every time there's a crime is done.
Yeah.
So when those people feel like, so someone has wronged me and nothing's going to happen to it, they start to take laws into their own hands. We've heard how, in quote, some of these terrorist groups spring up because some injustice has been done to them. No one does anything about it. We get revenge attacks, and it goes on and on.
Yeah. So let me also say this. Thank you. You talk about society. Look. Let's use driving as an example. If you're on a queue and it's snailing, it's not moving very fast, and you saw one of the motorists moved out of the queue and then faced the traffic, oncoming traffic, and escaped, you will see others.
Yes, that's to do it.
Just looking for someone that will do it, and the head mentality will come into you. So if somebody has stolen and you got away with it, other people will want to steal.
Absolutely. You're sending the signal, hey, everybody's free for all. Steal what you can. If you are caught, well, if you're not, absolutely. I mean, look at the Yahoo cases we see. Every day you see police rounded 34 young men because they're seeing political leaders flashing, having parties, and so they too, they're feeling like they need a piece of the cake.
And these are people that will steal the money and still flaunt it.
Exactly.
On our faces.
Make you look like them, but you are the one that's lazy because you cannot afford to share iPhone at your wedding.
To work. That's why.
That's ridiculous.
Why you're not having money. All right. So we need to take some moments of calls, actually, if you want to be part of it. 0809-155-1055, 0805-699-8678, and 0706-949-3000. Something that also worried me during the week was that story about people that were rescued on their way to Libya. I still said it that what is so we should be worried about the fact that people are happy to leave Nigeria and go through that horror.
Good morning.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Aloki Mama. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. This is the point of the regarding to Adaman Stadium. Honestly, we are highly appreciate the good work done by Governor Sinima today. But the excuse given to us by the State government is not tenable. Because when they know this, the stadium is still under construction, they don't need to commission the stadium. That is the truth of the matter. The excuse is not tenable and very, very annoying. Thank you. Good morning.
All right. Thank you very much. Let me take some comments on Facebook. Chigozie says, good morning, sir and ma. The state government shouldn't be angry about what happened on Wednesday, but to be happy that it happened that day because it will help them ask vital questions to the contractors that says the stadium are 100% ready. Abu Kasim says, good morning to you all in the studio. I'm enjoying your program. More grace to your elbow. And engineer Olufemi Egbewale says the state government is not angry. He scored 80% doing that work. All he needs to do is do the corrections of the 20%. While you said still also happen in the US. Please give us any recent example you know of. Don't say things you don't know of. I guess in response to the person who said the state government is like, there's nothing what you're angry about. Nobody's perfect. We know that. So if someone's questioned you for something where you drop the ball, just pick up the ball. It's just that easy. All right, so you want to call us real quickly? Call us on 0809 155 1055. And all right, we've got a few text messages here as well. This number says, Donna Kagbusi says, dear Splash, if justice means the same thing here in Nigeria, like in other climes, former Vice President Atiku cannot run in the presidential race of 2023, but his 2019 running mate Peter Obi, and that is real justice. All right, let's take this. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. What's your name, please?
My name is Lighton.
Good to have you here, Mr. Lighton. Go ahead.
Please, I just want to beg Nigerians that whatever we are facing now, ask on this, and they will soon go because they are all disappointments. I'm telling you, nothing to write about them. They are all bad idiots. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I like your optimism. It will come. It will pass. Good morning. Atiku's visited ambition to contest for presidency. I think his ambition is dead on arrival. He's the chief of the old bloc, and any party that feels Atiku is not conscious of the radical change we need in Nigeria. We need to do away with people who are hobnobbing with people who are either corrupt or alleged to be corrupt. Charles from Yano Church. Thank you very much.
Why are people livid about Atiku and his ambition? He's a Nigerian, isn't he?
This is right.
Yeah.
Everything is right.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name, please?
I'm Dr. Adebayo calling from Ibadan.
Good to have you here, Dr. Adebayo.
Well done to all of you.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Go ahead, sir.
My observation concerning the stadium renovation or reconstruction. Sometimes I just wonder what some of our contractors, maybe they don't follow global news. We all know that there's global warming everywhere now. And the rate at which we are going to be having rains is going to be increasing. The one of last year was more than this year. The one of this year, the one of next year will be more than this year. So they ought to have made plans to put drainage, number one, before they even lay any grass. The first thing is, how do we channel in case there is increased water? Look at in America now, they have all sorts of storms. We are even lucky in this part of the world that we are not having such natural disasters like them. So if we are spending such a humongous amount of money, they have to think what is happening in the world so that we implement it here, because time is going. If we say this is the current, we have to anticipate what will happen in 5-10 years time and plan towards it.
True. Makes a lot of sense.
Because all this money are not easy to come by.
Exactly.
Thank you.
And once it's spoiled, it's spoiled. Thank you so much, Dr. Adebayo. I appreciate you. For joining us on the program.
Yeah. All right. So, if you want to read some analysis about Amechi's statement, yes, Dan Agbese, the back page of the Guardian, titled it "Amechi's Confession." A good read. I recommend it for you. Yes, Guardian newspaper, the back page. I mean, you can just take a look at that. Someone is on that line. Let's see.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name, please?
Hello.
Hello, we can hear you. What's your name, sir?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can. Go ahead.
All right, my name is Abiodun Festigal from Onafuwa. Good morning, Church.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. On Amechi's confession,
at the end of the day, nothing will be done about it. When Goodluck Jonathan confessed he has Boko Haram in his cabinet, what happened at the end of the day? Nothing. And even if someone is being prosecuted, taken to court, and the guy is so smart that he can think while the court session is going on, he will go for medical tourism, and that is all. All I need is to have a strict, serious, cool system against corruption. A Nigerian that can steal billions in Nigeria, when he gets to China, he controls his brain. If you bring a Chinese man down to Nigeria, he will be given the open door to loot, and he will go scot-free. But on his own country, on his own land, he will never try it. So it's not really a human problem, it's a systemic problem that we need to address. And that can only be addressed by our lawmakers to make laws against corruption. Otherwise, this music, will keep singing it and we'll keep dancing to it.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, we masses will be the ones sweating and suffering. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Charles. You see, I'm worried when people, say that we don't want this person, we don't want that person. You see, when the person throws his heart in the ring, it's your choice to agree or not agree. It's your choice, yes.
And oftentimes I always say that we don't really get a choice. Like we do get a choice, but oftentimes the party that tells us these are your options, and so you just have to choose.
So if a major party throws him up,
absolutely,
people will vote for him.
All right. So this text says Oyo State government needs to tender an apology to the people of Oyo State because what happened at the stadium was an embarrassment. The roof was leaking and while field flooded with water, and they expect us not to say anything after spending allegedly 5.5 billion naira taxpayers' money. All right. Thank you very much for the text. That's all we can do today on the program.
All right. Well, we thank you so much. I have to go now. We all have to go right now. So many thanks to you. I hope that this rejig by the president will give us the lasting change that was promised. I'm
Ronke Giwa Onafuwa. Good morning.
Splash FM 105.5.
Bode, now what do you find for kitchen?
My dear, now spoon to drink off medicine.
Honey, take comics. Just here, drink and get relief.
Yes, so summer comics for scratch throat. Comics get dextromethorphan and guanfacine. Just here, drink and get relief from cough. Idekulele to drink. Are they relief now? I love comics. Now, Orange Drugs Limited, they distribute comics. Products will make you drowsy. If symptoms never stop after 3 days, make you waka go see your doctor. Comics, Idekulele.
ǹlẹ́ màdàmú ẹ dákun ṣé POS machine yìí ṣiṣẹ́ mo fẹ́ gba owó díẹ̀.
ó yẹ ẹ mú káàdì yín wá. Kí ló wá ṣe POS